Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel EXP19 Access Chapter 2 Capstone International Foodies. So if you want to complete assignments or exam, you can contact on my WhatsApp link and email. If you want to complete my IT Lab course, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint and Microsoft Access, we can do online courses, accounting, math, stat, finance, economics, writing and other courses. So I will guarantee you a 90 or 95 plus grade your assignment and your exam. So assignment title is EXP19 Access Chapter 2 Capstone International Foodies. So next we move to the main project steps. So total step is 22. We move to the question number 1. So question number 1 is, we move to the question number 1. So question number 1 is, start access, open the download access file name exp19 access chapter 2 cap foodies creator has automatically added your last name to the beginning of the file name. Save the file to the location where you are storing your file. So go to the access files. I have already downloaded the exp19 access chapter 2 cap foodies. So next question number 1 is complete and we move to the question number 2. So question number 2 is, we move to the question number 2. So next you will examine the data in the download Excel worksheets to determine which field will become the primary key in each table and which field will become the foreign key so that you can join them in the database. And next, open the supplier Excel workbook, examine the data and close the workbook. Open the product Excel workbook, examine the data and close the workbook. You will import to Excel workbook that contain the supplier product information into database. And next, click the external data tab, click new data source, point to the format file in the import and link groups and then select the Excel, navigate to and select the supplier Excel workbook importance new table in the current database and select the first row contain column heading and set the supplier ID field index option to yes no duplicate and select the supplier ID as the primary key when promoted and accept the table name supplier and do not save import step. So next, click the external data tabs and new data source from files and select the Excel files. So go to the external data tabs and go to the import and link groups and from files click the Excels and click browse. And next, so from a file import select Excel and navigate the supplier XLS suppliers and click open, navigate and select the supplier to be imported as the new tables current database and select the first row contain column heading, click OK and select the first row contain column heading, click next and set the supplier ID field index option and yes no duplicate. So next index yes no duplicate and select the supplier ID as the primary key when promoted and accept the tables name supplier do not save import steps. So select the supplier ID, field name is supplier ID and click next. Select the supplier ID as the primary key, promoted name supplier and do not say import steps and click choose on my primary key and click next. Primary key promoted and accept the name supplier and do not save import steps. Click finish and click close. So import the supplier tables. So question number 2 is complete and we move to the question number 3. So question number 3 is, we move to the question number 3. So question number 3 is, import the product XLS workbook and set the product ID index option to yes no duplicate and select the product ID. So next, import the product Excel workbook and set the product ID index option to yes no duplicate and select the product ID as the primary key, except the table name is product. Import the product Excel workbook and set the product ID index options yes no duplicate and select the product ID as the primary key, except the table. So next, import the product tables. So go to the external data tabs and click new from a file and click Excel and click browse and next import the product tables and click open, click OK and set the product ID index options to yes no duplicate and select the product ID as the primary key. Click next and index is yes no duplicate. Click next and primary key accept tables name products. Choose on my primary key and click next and click finish, click close. So question number 3 is complete and we move to the question number 4. So question number 4 is, we move to the question number 4. So question number 4 is, change the field size of the quantity per unit field to 25. Design view of the product tables and set the field size of product ID and category ID to long integers. Save the change and open the table datasheet view. Open the supplier table in datasheet view to examine the data. Close the tables. So next, change the field size of the quantity per unit fold. The design view product tables. So open the product tables, right click and click design view. And next, change the field size quantity per unit. So next, quantity per unit field size 25. Design view of the product table and set the field size of product ID and category ID. So next, product ID and category ID is long integers. Product ID field size is long integers. And next, and category ID is long integers. Category ID is long integers. And next, save the change and open the table datasheet view. Open the supplier tables data sheet view to examine the data and close the tables. So next, right click and click save, click yes, and open the supplier table in data sheet view to examine the data and close the tables. Close and open the supplier tables. So question number 4 is complete, and we move to the question number 5. So question number 5 is, we move to the question number 5. So question number 5 is, you will create the new table that will enable international foodies to associate each product with the food category in the database. Create a new table in design view. Add the following fields design view and set the property as specified. Add the primary key field is category ID with the number, data types and number assigned to new category as the description, and set the caption property to category ID and save the table as categories. So next, create a new table in design view. Go to the create tabs and click the table in design view. Add the following field design view and set the property as specified. Add the primary key, category and number, data types and number assigned to new category is the description, and set the caption to category ID. So add the fields is category ID as the primary key with the number, data types. So data type is number, data type and number assigned to new category, and including the periods. So next, description, and set the caption property to category ID. So next, caption, set the caption property category ID and save the tables as category. So next, save the table as category. So right click and click save and category and click OK. So question number 5 is complete, and we move to the question number 6. So next we move to the question number 6. So question number 6 is, add a category name with the short text, data type and name of foods category. Type the period at description and change the field size to 15. Set the caption property to category name and require property to yes. So next, add the category name add the category name and short text is data type and next, name of foods category and type the periods. Name of foods category and including the period as the descriptions. And next, change the field size 15 and set the caption property to category name. So change the field size 15, and next, set the caption property to category name. So set the caption property category name and require property to yes. So next, require property to yes, no to yes. So question number 6 is complete, and we move to the question number 7. We move to the question number 7. So next, add the category descriptions. So add the category description with the long text data types and set the caption property to category descriptions and switch the data sheet view and save. So next, add the category descriptions. Add the category descriptions with the long text data types. Long text data types and set the caption property to category description. Caption property category descriptions and switch to data sheet view and save the table. When promoted, you enter a category data the table in the next tabs. Right click save and data sheet view. Right click and click design view. So question number 7 is complete. So if you want to complete assignments or exam, you can contact on my WhatsApp link and email. If you want to complete my IT Lab course, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint and Microsoft Access, we can do online courses, accounting, math, stat, finance, economics, writing and other courses. So I will guarantee your 90 or 95 plus grade, your assignment and your exam. So assignment title is EXP 19 Access Chapter 2 Capstone International Foodies 1.0.